Capitals rally from 3-goal deficit to force overtime but come up short versus Red Wings. The Washington Capitals absorbed blow after blow for 40 minutes, 2 Detroit Red Wings goals in 9 seconds, their own inability to generate any scoring chances, a round of hearty boos from their home crowd, before a 3-goal third period sent a once hopeless game into overtime. And while the comeback helped them earn a standings point that didn't seem attainable when the third period began, Tomas Tatar scored with 2:13 left in 3-on-3 overtime to give the Red Wings a 5-4 win at Capital One Arena on Sunday afternoon. Goals from Brett Connolly, Dmitry Orlov and Nicklas Backstrom, the last with 16.7 seconds left in regulation, helped push the game into the extra period, but Tatar's goal decided it in the end. Sunday gave the Capitals a chance to string together 3 consecutive victories for the first time since a 5-game winning streak connected December to January. The Red Wings, losers of 3 straight coming in and coming off a 7-6 overtime defeat to the New York Islanders on Friday night, made it feel very reachable before the puck dropped. Detroit has fallen from NL contention and into a lowly rebuilding phase that has marked its last 2 seasons. The Red Wings rank in the bottom third of the league in goals scored per game, goals against per game and penalty kill percentage. And that penalty kill was exposed early Sunday after Capitals forward Devante Smith-Pelly drew a tripping call along the boards to give Washington a 5-on-4 advantage. That soon led to Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin hovering alone in the left faceoff circle and defenseman John Carlson feeding a puck toward Ovechkin's waiting stick. Ovechkin wound up and whacked at it, with that same motion that has produced so many power play goals from that same spot, and the puck whizzed past Red Wings defenseman Trevor Daley's right hip, past goaltender Jimmy Howard's right shoulder and finally past the near post before nestling itself in the net for 20 into the game. Ovechkin knelt to the ice and pumped his right fist to celebrate his league-leading 33rd goal of the season. That matches Ovechkin's total from last season and puts him 9 goals away from 600 for his career. The play also included a secondary assist for Evgeny Kuznetsov, running Kuznetsov's assist streak to 7 games and giving him 8 total in that span. The Red Wings punched back later in the first period, when a neutral zone turnover sprung forward just a Abdelkader on a breakaway. He dangled in front of Capitals goaltender Braden Holtby, who folded onto the ice, and flicked a backhand shot into the net for his 9th goal of the season. Abdelkader went to the penalty box for slashing a few minutes later, but none of Ovechkin's 3 rips from the left faceoff circle were on target. The Capitals then struggled to generate scoring opportunities in the second period. When Brooks Orpik was called for interference with 5:56 left in the period, the Capitals had just 2 shots on goal in the second after finishing with 8 in the first. The Capitals were outshot 37-17 in a 2-goal win over the Columbus Blue Jackets on Friday, tying a season low, and said after that game that the lopsided shots on goal totals were misleading given the quality of their chances. But the Red Wings used the Capitals' dry offensive stretch as a launching pad to a 2-goal lead, which they built in that 9-second span on goals by forwards Luca Glendening and Anthony Mantha. The Capitals fans were quiet after a loud, collective sighs followed each goal, and a "Let's go Red Wings" chant echoed from the rafters while a few scattered "Let's go Caps" cheers petered out. Nearly 3 minutes later, in the waning seconds of the period, Tatar beat Holtby by firing a wrist shot into the top right corner of the net. That stretched the Red Wings' lead to 3. The Capitals entered the second intermission with only 10 shots on goal for the game. Then came the third period push, which started on the stick of Connolly and was finished by a 6-on-4 goal from Backstrom. The Capitals had pulled Holtby with 2 minutes left, and Red Wings defenseman Dan DeKeyser went to the penalty box for holding with 1:15 remaining in regulation. The Capitals knocked the puck around their offensive zone before Backstrom fired a wrist shot that beat Howard up high and sent the arena, dotted with chunks of seats vacated by fans who left early, into jumping, screaming frenzy. When Tatar scored close to 3 minutes into overtime to give the Red Wings the win, The arena emptied on a sad note that had been delayed by 3 Capitals goals and a hard-earned point.